Good day and good vibe, and welcome to another episode of Chill Art. Chill Art is a public service program of the Leesburg Center for the Arts. The program's goal is to help people shift focus to the positive. Body-mind experts and guest contributors from across the country volunteer to present their mindfulness modalities and give our viewers tools to better cope during challenging times. Then, after their presentations, we walk you through a short, no artistic ability required art project. Think of them as fun, creative, moving meditations that calm the soul and raise the spirit.
Hi, my name is Holly Harris, and I am a mental health therapist and musician with band Painted Raven. And I want to share a little bit with you all today about the healing power of the drum. Now, what I'm playing here is an African djembe. It's spelled D-J-E-M-B-E. It's one of the form of hand drums, meaning you play them with these things. You don't want to put sticks or something sharp on the head of this kind of drum. There are a lot of forms of hand drums, and you can get different tones and sounds out of them by the techniques you use. And I'll share a couple of examples of that in a little bit. But really, any active motion can become mindful, meaning it can help us get out of here and reclaim our now. And I find that drumming is one of the best ways to help me get out of here and just be present. And we do struggle with that so much in our society with the stresses that we have on us, especially in these difficult times. So any repetitive motion can help us do that. Walking, sometimes people doodle and draw art, make bracelets, anything where you can kind of sort of forget and get the junk that we have rolling around up here kind of pushed aside. So any rhythm, even if it's a simple one, if you spend a few minutes with it, at first you might be thinking, well, I'm thinking about my bass and tone or my technique. And then if you can just close your eyes and just be with it, I call it being with the drum, you're just present and you're not thinking at all. And that, in essence, is the mindfulness goal. So I'm going to just play a beat here like I was for a moment and see if you can just listen to this for a minute. In any moment that you're not here, that is claiming your now. We do not have to be perfect at this. I don't think any of us are. I know that I'm not. When you become aware your mind wanders with the practice, just return, focus back to the beat or the drum. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch drums. This is an African djembe. This is sort of a cousin of the djembe. It's called a bugrubu. It's also an African drum, and it has a softer, more melodic tone to it, but it's a very similar drum. So take a couple of breaths and just listen to this beat for about a minute or so and see if you can not think. So that was probably less than a minute, but you get the idea. If it doesn't happen for you immediately, if you are trying rhythm, just stick with it for a little bit and you will see that it will help you be present. There are different kinds of drums you can use for this. This is a synthetic hand drum, we call it. And you can use a mallet for this kind. And as you can see, it has a different tone. One of the techniques that you can do is sort of a heartbeat kind of a rhythm. The first rhythm that we all hear is the mother's heartbeat as we're in the womb. So there's something very instinctual and primal about rhythm being calming to our spirits. You can do a little bit of a rhythm and then slow it down and just allow your heartbeat to slow down with it. And that's another technique that you can use to be present. Okay, so that's an example. Some folks would like the idea of learning to play djembe and techniques, but these drums are very simple and easy, and all you need is a drum and a mallet, and you got it. Another form of drum that you could also use, this is a Middle Eastern doumbek. You kind of play it like this, but it's a similar idea. It just has a different tone and sound to it. Now my belly dancing friends really like that kind of drumming. And you can use other percussive instruments. There's a lot of things. This is an udu, and you play it a little bit differently, but anything that has rhythm can help you be mindfully present. Okay, so just a couple of examples. It doesn't really matter. You can actually use percussion on Tupperware or just, just on your legs and that kind of thing. One of the things that people do sometimes is they'll do a very quick repetitive motion on the drum, and it can be very trancing, and you can kind of put your mind on a positive intention when you do that. So there's different things you can do like that. After a few minutes, you will find yourself in a meditative state if you keep that up. There are also rattles. There's all kinds of different rattles and percussive instruments. And it just really clears the junk out of your mind when you have this. And these are very easy to find. So the other thing I'd like to show you and talk a little bit about is not just how do we be present and not think with the drum and rhythm, but also how do we put in some positive tapes. And what I mean by that is I know that a lot of times we have some negative thinking that it's hard for us to get that stuff pushed out sometimes, and we may work on getting it out and it creeps back in. It's like, when did I start thinking that again? I had to push that out. And the drumming is a way to drum in the positive, I call it. So if you connect an affirmation with drumming, it can be very powerful, and I want to share that with you as well. We'll go ahead and come back to the djembe here. So in drumming, a teaching tool is if you can say it, you can play it if you connect one beat for every syllable. Again, you don't have to be perfect. It's really the intention and the affirmation and just the vibrational energy and rhythm that helps us. So if I want to connect an affirmation with drumming, I will be hearing it in my mind after I stop saying it and playing it. If you try this, you'll see what I mean. So I'm just going to say, I am good enough. And if I play that on the drum, it might sound something like this. I am good enough. I am good enough. I am good enough. I am good enough. And you can do a lot of different things. I would encourage you to think of affirmations that are beneficial to you and connect it with a drum rhythm. You will be amazed at how it is in here. It's nice to have some positive stuff in there that we don't really want to try to push that stuff out. Another one, let's see, it could be something like, I can overcome, I can overcome, I can overcome, I can overcome. So you can see how that works. That's a lot of fun. Another thing, aside from rhythm and drumming, the other thing that I think has helped me be able to claim my now is also using Mother Nature. And one of the things that I know that we all do, and I find myself doing it sometimes too, is if I'm out and about in between what I have to do, I'm again thinking about where I'm going, and if I can become aware and stop and say, I'm going to notice my surroundings right now. What do I see? I see the blue sky. I see the trees blowing. I might see the green leaves. Maybe I see a dragonfly. What do I hear? Do I hear some birds, some cicadas? Maybe I hear the wind rustling when I tune into it. What do I physically feel? Do I feel the breeze? If I consciously notice how it feels when my feet touch the ground. So when you bring in all your five senses when you're out in Mother Nature, that can be grounding and help you be present. And we can do that. You can even do it inside too, but I find that outside is really powerful. So that is claiming your now through drumming and rhythm, drumming in some positive affirmations, and using Mother Nature. There's a technique that a lot of people use called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But what are 5 things I see? 4 things I hear. 3 things I can feel. And so what is something that I might smell and taste? Maybe if you're at the ocean, you can notice the taste of salt. So it doesn't really matter, but if you include your 5 senses, that's going to be grounding and help you claim your now as well. So I would encourage you to use rhythm, whether you have a drum or a rattle or not. There's also a lot out there, just I'm going to throw this in there, about the science of the brain. There's some techniques called EMDR therapy, but it's looking at right brain, left brain connection. And when you do tapping, even here and here, it's sort of a grounding thing. There's also the vibrational energy of the drum that can help you be grounded and present. So I can't help but think that the drum just kind of knows what we need in so many ways. And I'd like to think that Mother Nature does also. So I would encourage you all to practice some rhythm to claim your now. Connect a positive affirmation that you really want to not just believe, but feel and take that in your life, and connect that with a rhythm. And be mindfully present and notice your surroundings consciously when you're out in nature. So thanks for tuning in, and reclaim your now.
Wow, what a wonderful presentation. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Holly. I'd like everybody to know that you can always look down into the description of the video, and there you will find links to the Painted Raven website and Facebook page, so you can get in touch with Holly and see what else they have going on. So what to do after that great presentation? What art tutorial? And I decided let's make an instrument, a rhythm instrument. So we are going to make a Rainstick. 2 seconds. Let me get this set up here. All right, now listen. That's right. This is a percussion instrument, and many cultures use them. I'm making one out of recyclable materials, so I have used a tube from some gift wrap, which is so it's nice and long. And I'm doing the decoration on this right now, but it is fully constructed, and you're going to learn how to construct this. So for the decoration, all I did was put some paint on here, red paint, and I used some decorative tapes. Now, scrapbooking is quite popular these days, so in craft stores you can find all sorts of decorative tapes that you can purchase. We actually have some donations at the Leesburg Center for the Arts, and that's what I've used here. I made end caps out of recycled cracker boxes. I'll show you how to do that, and then I covered them with felt. And I'll be adding many more things. I'll probably do some painting on here, maybe some dot painting, like the Aborigine art in Australia. I may add feathers, which is more Native American. I don't know. Inspiration will come to me, and the decoration part will go on and be completed. So I'm going to show you how to create one of these. Now you could use a paper towel roll. They're kind of short. I would prefer something longer. Better than all of these is, or it's more simple, is one of these mailing tubes. And the mailing tubes come with end caps so that you don't have to make them out of cardboard. I have base coated this a bodacious blue I had in my back room, and I'm going to show you how to make the end caps or get them prepared. It's super easy. So I've got spare cardboard from my recycle bin, and all I'm going to do is draw a circle around the end of the tube. I'm going to need 2 of these, and then draw a bigger circle around and cut that out. I'm using my dull scissors from the garden, and I'm not using my fabric scissors. So once I've cut the circle out, I'm going to cut some slashes into the cardboard up to that pencil line. And then when those are done, I can fold them down, and now I have a 3D end cap. Quite simple. This will go on one end. I'll put glue all around on the inside. You can consider these darts as if you were doing a sewing project. So let those overlap. Get that on there good, and then use a rubber band to secure it and wait for it to fully dry. After it's dried, take the rubber band off. This won't come off then, hopefully. And then just use some masking tape or some duct tape to totally secure it. And you have a sealed end. So pretend we did that if you didn't have one of these. But we have these. These are great. So, what makes this an adult project rather than a kid project is that we are going to use some chicken wire. Now, I happen to keep chicken wire in my shed because I do a lot of gardening and it's really helpful out there, as well as I do a lot of sculptural pieces for my artwork, and this can be a base or an armature. So what you're going to do, and by the way, you can use snips like this, but I truly find my gardening scissors work better to cut chicken wire than anything else. So I'm going to measure out, about 2.5, 3 sections. You can see this against the table. Maybe the camera can pick that up. I'm going to take, I don't know, about 4 inches of chicken wire, and I'm just going to snip it all the way down the line. I've already done that. And this gives me a piece like this. This is going inside the tube so that the grains or the beads or the peas or the pebbles that you put into your Rainstick to make that wonderful sound do not just go right down. They will go all around the wire that is inside. So having your strip the length of your tube, so I would cut this one here. It's actually made for a longer one. And then I need to get it in the tube, so I need to bend it. So let me take a smaller one so that you can see. This would fit into something like this. So I'm going to want to fold down on the right or left and fold up on the opposite side. So one side down, one side up, one side down, one side up. And go all the way down the length of your chicken wire strip. When you are done, you're going to press this together. So you'll have something in the tube that will crisscross. One side this way, one side that way. And those are like the thorns that used to be pushed through the cactus to create these out in nature. Okay, so I've done that for this section here, and I've squished it all together. And it needs to go down into the tube. It's pretty flexible, so it can get unruly, and you can prick yourself with these ends. This is why I would say don't do this without caution. and it's not something you're going to give your kids to do. There's plenty of Rainstick versions on YouTube without chicken wire. So I've tied a shoelace or a string to the end of my strip, and next I'm going to feed my shoelace down. Just like that. I just tied a little weight on it to make it go faster. There. And then I'm putting this inside. Now I'm going to pull and feed. Until this is fully loaded inside. Now think about it. All I've taken is a mailing tube, a strip of chicken wire, a shoelace. I'm going to untie it. The end caps come with the mailing tube, or you can use recycled cardboard, glue, and tape. There is my Rainstick. Now I'm going to cap this off, and now I need to fill it. So what I had hanging around the house is rice, chickpeas, and lentils. I like the different sizes of these. And I used 1 tablespoon of each one of these. That's all I needed. More is not better with a Rainstick. You want that individual sound of things filtering down the tube. So you don't want anything jamming up, and you don't need too much. This is all I needed. This is 3 tablespoons of legumes and rice. So 1 tablespoon of each one of these will do it. You can use pebbles. You can use beads. You don't have to use chickpeas. Split peas work really well. Beans. Beans, the curved ones can get stuck and not go down as smoothly. So chickpeas are rounder. They work really well. So now all I'm going to do is fill my tube up with the grains. Oh, bubble escaped. And put on my end cap. This is complete. All I need to do is decorate it. Pretty neat. It's that simple. So your assignment is to make a Rainstick. Make many Rainsticks. Make a ton for you and your friends, and have a Rainstick party. What I really want you to do is to decorate them and shoot pictures. Take some photos and send your pictures of your completed Rainsticks to lcfa.buzz@gmail.com. That's lcfa.buzz@gmail.com. And what we will do is we will take your pictures and we'll put them up on the gallery section of episode 24 so everyone can see them. And we'll also put them up on Facebook in our news feed. So that is lcfa.buzz@gmail.com. And the web page for this Chill Art series is leesburgarts.com/chillart. leesburgarts.com/chillart. And all the episodes are listed there with the biographies and statements of the body-mind experts and professionals that were in the first half of the video, and also all the art supplies that you need to do the art project that is included in each episode. So that's it for today. Rattle, rattle. Rain. Take care, and we will be seeing you again very soon.